I'm going to say the N-word if I want to say the N-word. You're not going to sit here and tell me I can't.
You can't. Nope. And you better not. No, ma'am.
White people can no longer say the N-word. And I don't mean you can't say... I mean, you can't say the N-word. Instead, y'all should just say the "we messed up and can't say it anymore because we're evil people" word.
Yeah, white people can't say the N-word, but they can say all types of shit. Black people can't say, like, okie dokie and fuck you, mom, you fucking bitch.
That word was originated for you to keep us under. And when we use it, we know that's just how we greet each other. And when you use it, we know there's a double meaning under. And even if I wasn't picking cotton physically, that don't mean I'm not infected by the history. My grandmama was a slave, that shit gets to me.
All racks, little nigga, all racks. All racks, little nigga, all racks. All racks.
Alright, I want to try to explain this scenario because this is some shit that seems to happen to me a lot. And beforehand, this shit really only apply to black people, so if you're not black, keep scrolling. But anywho, say you hanging out with your white friends, right? And they telling a story. And y'all hanging out, whatever. And then all of a sudden, they just sprinkle nigga in there somewhere, right? They just say it. Never said this shit before. And they just running with it. They just keep going. Now, me personally, I don't like confrontation. So I'm not going to say shit. I'm going to just keep smiling and act like nothing happened. But what I will do is turn into Houdini. And you will never hear or see me again. But let me know what you would do in my situation. Would you call him out and be like, oh, you can't say that, bitch? Or fight him? Or, I don't know. Explain.
You can't say the N-word, you're white. Do you know the N-word has so much history behind it? Do you know that the N-word's a racist word? First of all, I'm not white, I'm pink. I thought we've been through this already. 2, the N-word is only a racist word if you use it in a racist way, which I don't. I use it to refer to men, both black and white. And I don't even say ER. Never will I ever say ER, because that's when it's hella disrespectful. But I do know the history, because I have looked some stuff up. You want to know what I found out? Do you want to know? Oh, I'm going to tell you. Black people originally called themselves that word. And when white people bought their slaves from black people, that's what white people would refer to their slaves as, because that's what they were already referring to themselves as. And the only reason it's a racial slur is because white people are white and black people are black. And on top of that, half America don't know that black people also own slaves. But I'm done explaining myself. If you don't see this video, you don't. If you do, you do.
Start a fight in 5 words or less without politics.
White people can't say the N-word.
It was like 2010, and like I'm still having to like go down the street and like deal with like people like using that as like an insult against me.
Our ancestors were called that, and they didn't have any control over it.
I guess you bring it back to like slavery. You're not equal to us, and this is what they called everyone back in the days, and this is what we feel like is right to call you.
It was a word that was used purposefully with the intention of like keeping black people down and in their place.
They just see my skin color, and then the first thing that they think is like hatred.
This terrible word, basically, that I thought was exclusive to America and America's history with slavery had traveled across oceans to other countries. It was just really, yeah, it hurt.
A bunch of new followers that kind of want to remake this video to, continue to spread the message. And that message is, if you are white, you should never say the N-word. I don't care if it's A-E-R, if it's in a song, just never say it if you are white. And just because you have one black friend who might be like, yo, you can say it, I won't get offended, whatever, doesn't mean you should say it. Because that doesn't mean that 99.9% of black people will be okay with it, because they won't be. And I'm sorry, but there's no such thing as the N-word pass. If you're white, you just don't say it. And I hear the N-word more than like 99.9% of white people, right? And I still don't say it. So if I can go without saying it, I know you can. You just don't want to. Because that word causes nothing but damage and destruction. And out of a white person's mouth was used to put down, diminish, discriminate, and hate on an entire race of people for hundreds of years. A lot of people always ask me, like, you don't even say it in private when you're by yourself? No, because if you say it in private, it's going to build a habit. It's going to become a part of your regular vocabulary, and it's going to slip out, and you're going to start saying it.
I just left Houston. I just left Earth.
Honestly, I feel like black people shouldn't be saying the N-word as much as they do. It's almost like we forget that it's still a racial slur. Some young black men and women don't understand the historical context behind the word, and they think it's okay for the white friends to say it just because it's just the word.
Wonder if I can say the N-word. Wait. pussy ass nigga. Man, fuck y'all niggas. Cause I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. Look, Capilot, bitch.
I mean, what the fuck? Can I live? Can I live? Can I fucking live? Why y'all wanna fuck with me? Why?
Do you know how fucking dumb that sounds?
I mean, I can say the N-word. I've been saying the N-word my whole life. I'm Hispanic. We're Hispanic. We've been...
I don't understand why people are still arguing about this. If you are a non-black person, you cannot say the N-word. There's no room for negotiation. But also, if you understood the history behind the word, you shouldn't want to say it. Like, I don't understand why you want to be racist so badly.
Can a black albino person say the N-word? Can Michael Jackson say the N-word?
Fuck, niggas always trying to take my shit. How you gon' feel when I go take it out, bitch?
When is it all right for a white person to say the N-word?
Oh, I don't think it's ever appropriate. I would never use that in my dialogue, ever.
Never.
Never.
This is my opinion.
Yeah.
I
would say never.
In an academic sense, sometimes it's okay as long as you kind of denote it with the correct respect. Make sure you're only using it, say if it's written in a book or something.
I think if you're using it in a brotherly manner, as long as you're not using it in a racist way, we're in New York City. So I feel like people use that normally. It's normal in American culture and music and everything like that.
Is it okay for people that are not black to say the N-word?
Hey, what's up?
Why would you want to say it? It's derogatory. Why would you want to say it?
Well, black people say it. That's what most people are going to say.
Black. Should we call Mexican people a derogatory word? That's not fair.
Absolutely not. You should absolutely never say that if you're not black.
What word?
The N-word.
Could you date a black guy, be honest?
I mean, I don't know.
Are you attracted to them?
I'm definitely, like, my type is definitely white boys.
You gotta earn that pass to say that. To get your card, you gotta watch the movie Roots. You gotta know who the fuck Snoop Dogg is. You gotta watch the movie Friday.
Don't say it on the internet. Nobody should ever even...
No, can we use this on the internet? Post
it makes me really upset.
What does?
I don't know. It just makes me sad.
What makes you upset?
Nobody should ever say it.
We won't.
No, it's really offensive. Nobody should ever say it. And it's really upsetting. No, nobody should ever say it. Ever.